Welcome to the Galactic Mayan Weather Report. So I'm coming to you today on the day of the yellow resonant warrior. That's the center point of the white dog wavespell. So if you've been tracking these weather reports, you'll know that's 13 days dedicated to the evolution of our capacity to love, our capacity to be truly, fully human and loyal to our own inner being and to those who we share this journey with. And so the yellow resonant warrior today is a powerful archetype that I know really well, as I spend a lot of time with this energy and this archetype. And it's about the fearlessness that is required to truly step up to the plate, to be vulnerable. Because when we talk about love and light, we can very easily use these words in our world at the moment. And we can all say we want world peace. You know, is that one of the most common answers when you say, what would you do for the planet if you could, is world peace. But a lot of people, you know, the majority of the planet, you know, they love the idea, they want to, but when we begin to step up to the plate, to really question, what does it take to create world peace? What does it take to create peace in your own household? You know, because we speak of these grand things of world peace, but we so quickly run away from this idea of peace at home. And yet, is it not much simpler to create peace within a small family dynamic? Maybe we should focus there first before we start thinking about how we're going to create world peace in a global collective that is made up of those small family dynamics. If each of those family dynamics are broken and scattered, it makes it very difficult to create world peace. And so this brings us to the theme today of the yellow resonant warrior, that it takes a fearless courage of a heart-inspired warrior to step up and to face love openly, to be able to see those in your fractal line, your family members, your friends, you know, your lovers and children, etc. And to be able to see beyond the surface conflict, to be able to see beyond, you know, the judgments, the shames, the guilts, and all these different projections that we throw on top of each other. Because that's what it really is when we look at these family dynamics that are really challenging. It's just an endless array of projections on top of each other of who we were once and something we may have done to each other that, you know, we continue to project that onto each other. And it makes it very difficult to change. And so this yellow resonant warrior is really asking us to be courageous in our loving, to be courageous in our authenticity, in the way we step up in our vulnerability. And it's asking us to be courageous enough to stop attacking those around us that we're scared of, and to put our weapons down and take a moment to truly open our hearts and listen to each other and try to actually perceive how the other might be seeing things. Because no one ever does this out of choice. You know, your family, anyone you're having challenges with, you know, maybe it's parent issues or partner issues or someone in your community or your workplace. People are not making a conscious decision to disagree with you and fight you and make your life hard. It's not what's happening. It may seem like it. But if you can be courageous enough and use your heart's intelligence, so listen to the other that you are having conflict with, from your heart, with a willingness and a courageousness, wanting to understand their wounding, where they're coming from, with how they perceive the situation, then you'll begin to see your entire reality begin to change. Peace will suddenly be a possibility. And all it takes is for one person in a conflict to have the courage to put the weapons down and say, okay, I'm going to stop trying to prove my point for a second and give you a bit of time to share yours, and I'm going to listen. And that's the trick. This is not just something to say. It takes courage. It takes fearlessness to ask the question. What is it that's going on? How are you feeling? Tell me, share with me what it is you're trying to say here in this conflict that I'm disagreeing with. And I'm going to listen. And then the challenge is to listen with your heart, not your mind. So don't listen to respond. Don't listen to try and come up with an argument that can prove them wrong, but rather see if you can have the courage to wish them well, to hope that they can give you a good solid reason that can help you understand, and in turn open your heart even further and find that common ground between you so that you can begin the work over time, not immediately, to rebuild the bridges. And as we do this, as we begin to listen to each other and begin to have the courage to show our own weaknesses, to share where we're hurt, vulnerable and scared that someone might be hurting us, then we begin to open up the playing field. We begin to open up the potential of that relationship. But we need to be gentle with it. Fearless doesn't mean reckless. It means having courage to ask the questions that are in your heart and then listen to them with your heart's intelligence. And if we do that in our relationships, then this yellow resonant warrior will help us to find our way, to find the path to unity, to connection. But it takes a willingness to listen through love. If we truly want to bring world peace, if you want to bring peace in your family, well, first it requires a willingness, a courage to want that, to dare for that. So are you up for it? Because I know I am. So with all my love, to all of you warriors of the heart out there, so much love. In Lakesh.